Hey guys, Kevin here. Let's have a look at tuples and sets. So what are tuples, you might ask? Tuples are basically lists which are not mutable, right? So while in list we could take a particular index of the list and then we could change it, or we had a list of operations that we could perform on lists. You can't do anything on tuples. Tuples are like strings, right? They're immutable. You can't change them once they have been defined. Usually, lists are supposed to contain homogeneous items, that is, the item of the same data type. So, like having all integers or having all floats. Usually, that is why lists are used. And if you want to use heterogeneous data types, that is a string, a number, a float, or an integer. If you want to combine different types of data types, you usually use tuples. All right, so tuples are usually heterogeneous, and lists are usually homogeneous. To define tuples, it's the same as list. In list, we used to have the square parentheses. Over here, you have the normal curved parentheses, right? And if you want to make some changes in the tuple, what we do is we convert them to a list. We convert a tuple to a list using the list function, and then we make the change in the list and then convert it back to a tuple. All right. So let's head on over to code and experiment a bit with tuples. So let's just first create a text. Let's write tuples and sets, right? Now how we can define a tuple is that I can write t equals to brackets uh, Kevin comma 19 comma, let's say my GPA is 4.0. All right, that's a basic tuple for you. And if I were to, and how I can access a particular variable of a tuple, a particular item of a tuple is if I can index them, right? So if I were to write print t of 0, and if I were to run that, we would get the answer as Kevin. If I were to do print t of 1, we should get the answer as 19. All right, and you get the point. The fact that we can't change anything with tuples is that t of, let's say, 0, I want to change it to David, right? If I were to run that, and after that if I were to print t, let's see what happens. Look, it gives us an error that tuple object does not support item assignment. You can't change items in a tuple. However, what we could do over here is we could say that, let's say, k equals to list of t, all right, and then if you were to do this, that k of 0 equals David, and then t equals to tuple of k, and then print t, what will happen is we got the final answer as David 19 4.0, where we used to have Kevin 19 4.0, and we also received the output as a tuple. All right, so I'll run this for you so that can be good for notes. Yeah, so that's how you can change tuples. One last thing about tuples is that there's another method to define tuples. Like usually using parentheses increases your space and it increases your time taken to define them. So you could also do something like this, and that also works. All right. So if I were to write let's say p over here, p has not been used yet, and if I were to print p, uh, we can see that that does the job as well, right? So let me just change the name to John over here so it doesn't cause any confusion. And so that's another method to, another faster method to declare tuples, right? uh, Now let's move on to sets. All right, so under sets, what is a set? It's basically a collection of elements which are not duplicate. So let's say we used to have this in maths, in school or in college as well, in sets relation function, where all of the numbers or all of the elements are listed in a curved brackets with commas separating them. And let's say if you have any duplicates, let's say you have 1 1 1 1 1 5 5 5 5 5 and 7 7 7, the set will just have 1 5 and 7. It won't have any duplicate elements. You can use a keyword that is called in. So to check if there's a specific item. So let's say we have the set of 1, 5, and 7. If you want to check if you have 1 inside the set, you can say that if 1 in set name, print true, all right, and or else print false. We'll just have a look at it as well. And also, if you give a string as an input to the set will contain the characters of the string. And let's say my name Kevin Karia. K comes in it twice, all right. So it will just have K one time. Also, A comes two times. A will be also there one time, all right. Same with I and N. So whatever characters are repeated, they are just mentioned once. And then also you can perform operations in two different sets to check whether there are certain items, like you can do subtraction, you can do union, you can do intersection, and let's have a look at them, right? So let's head on to coding space. Let's make a new cell. Let's write sets, right? So first of all, let's say I create a set. Let's say set with double T, and alright, we'll just do set underscore 1. Alright, now if I have to write here 0 comma 1 comma 3 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 comma 7 comma 8 comma 9 comma 9 comma 10, alright, if I were to do this and if I were to print set 1, right, what will happen is that all the duplicates will be removed, right? So it will just store 0, 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. So similarly, if I were to do something like set underscore 2 equals to set function and the string Kevin Karia in it, and if I were to print set underscore 2, I would receive a set of elements that have not been repeated, that are unique. So we've got Kevin, Karia. All right, all of them are present there, and they're in an unordered fashion because sets have the property of being unordered. All right. Let's do another thing, that let's perform all of these operations. So let's create set underscore 3 equals to 1 comma 3 comma 5 comma 7 comma, or let's do something creative. Let's do 1 comma 3 comma 4 comma 6 comma 7 comma 9 comma 11 comma 13 comma 15. All right, let's have set underscore 4 to be all of the numbers 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 5 comma 6 comma 7 comma 8 9 and 10. All right, so now what we can do is we can perform all the different operations. So we could do set underscore 3 minus set underscore 4, and we could print it, right? And let's just copy paste it 4 times. We could do or sign over here. We could do yeah, I'll just explain these to you. So what a minus b does is that it lists out all the elements that are present in set A but not in B. Alright, so it's basically subtraction, and only the ones that are left are shown to you, left the remaining that are shown to you. Then next we have or. So what a or b does is that all the elements that are not that are present are took together and put in one set, and obviously because duplicates can't exist in a set, duplicates are eliminated. Then we have a and b. What it does is I'll show that to you so you can have a better idea. Yeah, so when I run this, what or does is it puts all of the elements together, so it's like union. All right, what a and b does is it's like intersection, so only the common elements are printed between both the sets. And what a or b but not in both does is that they can be in a or they can be in b, but they can't be in the both. So like if you assume a Venn diagram, the common area, you remove the common area. All right, so it's just basically it's just union minus intersection, right? So you had 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 13 15. You removed 1 3 4 6 7 9 and you received this as their answer, right? So that's sets and its operations, and let's move on. Thanks for watching, guys. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe to see more of such tutorials. Give me a follow on Twitter at @KevinPKaria. And if you have any queries, feel free to send an email at ask.kevinpkaida@gmail.com.